telling you.
You're crazy, man. Get that camera out of my face.
You think there's a chain killer walking around in these woods?
No!
Listen, Emma, by any chance did 5 kids come in here and rent a room from you?
Why?
Their car broke down and Joe down at the garage told me that they were headed this way.
How long have you lived here in Shady Grove? Why are you doing this?
Maria! Get out of here!
Hello everyone, this is Gruesome Herzog. My very special guest today is from the movie Beware. This is a part 2 interview. My cast members are Lorena King, played a character of Nella. Vivi Pineda, played a character of Christina. Eddy Acosta, played a character of Diego. And Fernando Vieira, played a character of Marco. This is, like I said before, this is a part 2 interview. Vivi Pineda and Fernando Vieira were on the first interview. Now our 2 new ones is Lorena King and Eddy Acosta. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. I'm a little stumbling around though, but we'll get through this. As you know, Beware is starting to become a virus on the internet. A lot of people are checking it out. It's going to be a hit. It's a new style of a slasher film. Like I mentioned in my first interview, it's quite different because it has a Spanish version of a slasher film, and I thought that's very creative. You know, considering that the whole cast is, you know, Spanish descent or some sense, that I thought was so cool how Jason Daly and Shawn Copenhaver, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
Got their minds together and did this. And there is a second version coming out down the road. It's going to be an all-Spanish version as far as the language, right? Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
That's right. And as you know, Fernando Vieira, Marco, played a character in this film that I like to call him Loverboy. So if you hear Loverboy, listeners, you know who I'm talking about. We also got the Cuban soccer player. His name is Diego. And we got the 2 princesses, Nella and Christina. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with, like I did before, we're going to go around the circle. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lovely Lorena King, Nella. And do you want to give your thoughts and your experiences with Beware?
My thoughts and experience. Beware was amazing. It was great to work with all these people. It was amazing working with Jason and Shawn. And, I mean, Fernando, Vivi, Eddy, Alex, Cecilia, they're just amazing. I learned a lot from them, and I have nothing but good things to say from everyone in the set. We were really like a family. I don't know if people think that we're just joking around when we say that, but we really were. Like, we just, I don't know, we all got along great. There was great chemistry between all of us, and we were just a good, dysfunctional, happy family.
Yeah, you know, that's true because, you know, a lot of people, when you said about the chemistry, you know, for a low-budget film, you know, you and your cast members have to really gel together to make it work. And then, you're right, it does become a family atmosphere. And, like, I think Alex said this, if you remember, Vivi and Fernando, that it was hard to, when the movie was done, it was hard to leave because...
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I hated my last day. I was like, no, I don't want to go.
Fernando, is that how you felt, too?
Totally. I was very sad. I figured, you know, I'm not going to see them again. You know how people are. But the good thing is that we've kept in touch, and
that's great.
So we see each other quite often. Not as often as I wish, but
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
speaking of seeing each other, tomorrow's my birthday. So, what are we doing?
What, 17?
What are we doing?
17 hours.
Well, that voice that you heard, listeners, is the character of Diego, Eddy Acosta. Go ahead and give your experiences of your role in the movie and, your thoughts about the movie yourself.
It was my first experience on a feature film. Like, I had done some shorts, and it really set a bar. So every movie I've done after that hasn't been nearly as exciting or awesome.
Right.
I've done some good ones. I'm not saying that it hasn't been all fun, but this was my best experience. I do love everybody on that cast and crew. Like, I remember the first night I went out there, I showed up late because, I'm Cuban and I'm running on Cuban time. And everybody did the meeting, and all the actors, the rest of the cast are like, well, I'm like, hey, so what are we going to do, guys? And they're like, we're going to sleep. Okay. Everybody went to sleep except for the crew. They stayed outside drinking a couple beers. I went outside and, I drank beers with them. And the next morning when I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get dressed and drive a car with a $150,000 camera outside of it, I wanted to kill myself.
Oh.
So I learned fast that, no, you got to rest.
Right.
Everybody on there was great. Everybody helped me move forward on, with the character himself, because actors play off of each other, and I was able to play off of all of them easily. So it was a great experience, an awesome experience, and I hope it repeats itself many more times.
Well, now, this was your first horror film, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, what was your experience like to see Shane? I mean, in the get-up? What was your thoughts about, wow, this is actually a slasher film? I mean, did it ever strike you weird?
They had a makeup room, and in that makeup room they had all types of things. Arms, blood, guts. That's where they would make up Shane. And every time I would walk in there, it'd be like, oh my God. It was awesome. It was funny, crazy, and weird at the same time. So
right.
It was awesome. It was my first time experiencing, watching somebody get made up like that. I'm like, oh God, like he's gonna chase me now.
Now you've seen the final product, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
many of them.
Now, what I'm trying to get at is, it's weird to be able to see behind the scenes with the makeup, and then when you watch the film, it's like, damn, it looks real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing.
It was crazy.
The funny. For me, it was funny that how real it looked while you were there. Even, while they were. I clearly remember the scene with Alex, and I think we all watched it, and it was impressive how the blood was just coming out. I mean, it was, and Vivi's too. I mean, we were watching, there was a whole audience, and we were just speechless because it looked so real. We knew, obviously, that it was not, but it was impressive.
Yeah. Now, I noticed there's pictures that I did a slideshow with the review, I think it was, where you guys went to the video stores. Now, Diego, did when you went to the video store to see that movie in the store, how'd you feel when you saw that?
I was shaking. I walked in and I'm like, okay, where is it? And I'm looking around, and I went with my mom, and my mom's like, ask the lady. No, I'm not going to ask the lady. What am I going to tell her? Hey, I was on a movie. I can't. No, it's just, okay. And then she walks up and goes, it's over there. And I look at it from far away. I'm like, oh my God, it's there. Walked up to it. I did it. I was going to go in there and take pictures of it. And I looked at it, saw it, and walked out. And my mom said, Eddy, aren't you going to take pictures? Yeah. Okay, hold on, wait. And I ran back in there. Everybody was looking at me like, really? What's going on? What is wrong with this kid?
Now, have you been back there since?
I went back one more time with, when we went to Tampa, right? It was when we went to Tampa?
Yeah.
With
Fernando, Eddy, Cecilia, and myself.
Now, I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but did you walk in there? Did anybody recognize you from the movie?
No, they stared at us.
No, not at all. They probably thought we were some crazy people.
Oh, really? Now, you went to conventions, right?
Yeah.
Like horror conventions? Now, obviously, they knew who you were then. Now, I want to ask this in the first interview, and I forgot to ask. What was the experience like for you guys to do something like that? I guess
well, I haven't made it out to any of the festivals, so
Okay.
so I don't know.
Really?
I never made it to any of them because last semester, because I'm in school as well. So last
Okay.
semester I just had like such a crazy schedule that I wasn't able to make it to any of them.
Okay.
My first experience that was crazy was the premiere, the first premiere that we did, and it was a full house. And I started getting nervous. I had a couple Captain and Cokes, and when the movie was done, I'm sorry, I do it sometimes. The movie was done, and somebody walks up to me and goes, "Oh, here, can you sign this?" And I look at it, and I look at him, and I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a pen." And he goes, "Don't worry, I do." And he gives me the pen, and I'm thinking in my head, "Oh crap, I don't have a signature. Am I supposed to sign this?" And then I just started signing Eddy. So.
Well, you know what? Actually, when we did the first premiere in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, I remember, I thought the same thing. I was like, "Oh, I don't have a signature." And I remember we were sitting outside signing the posters, and I was like, "Oh my God, I have to create a signature. I don't have a signature." This is crazy.
Right here on the spot. It was awesome. And that was an experience. That was my experience of a lifetime. That's what told me, like, Eddy, this is what you have to do, and there's no way around it. This is what you're doing.
Yeah.
It was great. Like, I enjoy acting, but that was an experience like none other.
Well, I got a similar experience. Now, obviously, I'm not in the movie yet, but this year is going to be a year for me. But I can remember I went to a horror convention over Labor Day weekend, and there's a movie called The Feed that I reviewed their movie. I did an interview, a cast interview like I did with you guys, a couple days before I went up there because they wanted me up there bad. And the most coolest thing that happened to me is the cast of the movie they had a showing in the theater there too. So I'll let everybody go in there, because I already saw the movie. Because I figured the ones who didn't see it, they can see it first. I already saw it. Well, there was couple seats left, and the lead actor from the movie says, "Hey Scott, sit with me, because that way, if I get nervous, I have you." I said, "Okay, that's cool." So I stepped aside. I sat in the middle of two of the cast members in the movie. Right, it was a weird experience because nobody knew who these people were until after the movie was over. The lights come on, and everybody's looking at them like, "Oh my God!" It was like weird. So we went back. They all went back to their table, and then all of a sudden, of course, people recognize them now. They've seen the movie. They're asking autographs, And my quote from the movie was playing in a monitor in the background. And this guy comes up and says, "Can you sign this?" I said, "Sir, no, all due respect." I said, "I wasn't in the movie." He says, "I don't care. Your quote's right there. Can you sign it?" And one of the actors goes, "Don't be a dumbass. Sign it." I was like, I felt so awkward because, I said, "Okay, I signed it, Gruesome Herzog." It was just a weird experience. And I know exactly how you feel because I didn't have a signature either. I don't write Gruesome Herzog and stuff. It's just a name that I made, and now after me telling you guys this, now I'm going to get criticized from other people, but, I'm just telling you the story that I know exactly how you feel. It's like, wow. And Diego, you mentioned about when you was watching yourself on the movie and you had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
I had an experience also on December 1st. An actor friend from New York who I've talked to for like almost a year. We became really close. We're both born the same day. His name is Andrew Roth, and he was in Reading. That's an hour away from me. So I went up there to meet him finally, and guess what happens? He has a camera crew there, and we did a live interview on camera.
Oh, wow.
So that means I'm going... I got there before the camera crew got there, so I was watching him set up. I said, "Beer."
Now.
Yeah, I had two beers to, calm myself down because I never did it before. It's a different situation, And the interview is not released yet. I have it sent to a director, a filmmaker in Pittsburgh who's going to be doing the credits and stuff, and I had a hard time watching myself because I'm picky because I don't see myself on a regular basis. My family and friends do. Same goes for you guys. You don't see yourselves only in the mirror. So it's a weird. Now I'm sure it was a weird experience for you guys to see yourself in the film. Correct at first.
Oh,
yeah, till this day, every time I see myself on whether it's a commercial or anything, I still get like, oh my God, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Till this day, it's still odd for me.
I'm the same way, and that was. I mean, I have an experience. I mean, that's a good experience for me now because now when I do it again, I know what to expect. And of course, you change things every time you do it. So now I mean, I wasn't bad. You know, people like it, the ones who've seen it, but. You're right. I mean, it's a really weird experience. You know, it's like, wow, man.
Yeah, you said that like, is that really me? Is that how I act? That's what I look like. Stop it.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, and by myself, I can watch. Like, if I'm by myself, I can watch because I can sit there and criticize. But when other people are around me and I have to, it's just like I can't do it. I'm like, I can't watch this. I got to get out of the room.
I do the exact same damn thing because I'm glad I hear from my family to see. I said, see you guys.
Even when I'm by myself, I don't like watching it. Like. Anything I do, I don't know why.
I don't mind watching, but I'm always criticizing myself. I'm like, I should have done it different. I should have done this. I should have done that.
Yep. And then what you criticize, and then when somebody else watches it, they don't notice it because they're used to seeing you. And that's, I keep telling myself, okay, whatever. But that will be released, hopefully, sometime in the near future. I'm going to be sending some copies out to be reviewed, like a movie, just to get some feedback for IMDb and all that happy stuff. But that was an experience of a lifetime, man. I had a hard time watching that, but I still criticize myself, and I can't watch it anymore. But I still criticize myself. I mean, I could have done this better. I could have. Why wasn't my head straight? You know, it's the weirdest stuff that you pick out. It's weird.
Oh my God, it is. And I'll think on weird stuff like, oh my God, wait, there's a hair sticking out. Oh, my arms look fat. Oh, no, that scene looks, my arms look fat. Oh, gross.
But anyway, Fernando, I'm going to get you in here because you are always quiet, you know, and maybe...
Well, I'm the quiet one.
maybe me and Diego should be busting you now to get you wound up and start talking.
Come on, lover boy.
All right, ask any question.
All right, are you married?
No, I'm single.
No, I'm just kidding.
I have 4 kids, so I do. I'm a father of... I'm kidding, I don't have kids.
You have 4 kids?
No, I don't. I'm kidding.
I know that. I'm seeing, Eddie, you see, I got him chirping. You see, it's working.
It's happening.
Now,
this is happening right now.
Give it a shot, Eddie. Say something to him. Ask him a question.
I
don't know. You're putting me on the spot now.
So, Eddie, now I have a question for you, Eddie. Who was your favorite character in the movie?
You know, at the beginning, I hated Alex's character, and I swear that the day they kill him, that I'm sitting there and I'm watching them kill him, I'm like, no, you can't kill him. I love him. You can't kill him. There's no way. He's like my best friend. You can't kill him. And I was going through all of that behind the camera, so I was like, that was crazy. And that night we filmed, how many deaths did we film that night? We filmed his, and we filmed you running to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was one of those heartbreaking nights that, oh my God, it's almost over. So,
well, that was the night that
stuck to me the most was his.
But I think that was pretty much the night that it was over.
Leaving.
Yeah, because he left that day. I had my last day the following day, and I think that was pretty much like when it kind of...
that's when our group was broken down.
Yeah. Good old Francisco. You know, if you ask Vivi and Fernando, I was deviling him a lot the first interview because I've noticed a lot of people make comments like, you know, in some of the reviews, Fernando's character, Francisco's character is always brought up. They don't like they don't like his performance and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I told Alex, I said, you know what, when people say that, they notice you. You know, I mean, you can't please everybody. But, yeah, Alex had that character in the movie, I thought, that kept the movie really tilted. I mean, you have different characters. You got Fernando, he played the lover boy, quiet, you know, type. And you have the outgoing, you know, Alex. And then you have the Diego. You have the, I'm cool, I'm a soccer player. I'm going to go there. and then you have the young ladies where, you know, they're happy-go-lucky, you know, and you know, it's a great film. It has a chemistry of all characters in the movie. I mean, Adam Leadbeater, Jimmy, you know, it's just Eddy Madeira played Shane. obviously he didn't talk, and that you probably couldn't understand him anyways. I couldn't.
Yeah.
But just the characters in the movie, I thought was an even flow. You know what I mean? And you can tell there's some great chemistry in that movie where you guys really knew each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Maria, I mean, she couldn't have played a more hated vixen in a movie that she did. She come off like this innocent, quiet, oh, Fernando, I love you. And then all of a sudden, she's this vindictive, revengeous person, you know what I mean? It's just a great movie,
Well, women are going to get mad if I say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's like a woman, just tenfold, where she's actually acting upon her thoughts, that's all.
Oh.
She did great, love her to death.
Yeah,
Cecilia. That's my girl, Ceci.
Yeah, and she's hard to track down, too, let me tell you.
Yeah, she's everywhere, man. She's doing good. She's doing well.
Good. Well, tell her I said hi if you run into her. But
I will.
Is there anything else that each one of these want to mention about your experience?
I could say one funny moment. I've let my hair grow long now, so it's like kind of like Alex's hair.
Yeah.
And we're up in Orlando at a festival, and we were showing the movie, and at the end of the movie, not everybody, but two guys, they walk up to me and they're like, oh my God, you're awesome. You did a great job, man. You made the movie, bro. I mean, you were what I was watching, man, because you were like freaking awesome. And I'm like, thank you, cool. And then he goes, man, when you grabbed that guitar, like you blew me out of the room. I was like,
no way.
I never grabbed the guitar. I was like, yeah, sure. That was Alex. I'll sign it anyways. I'm going to go home now.
Oh, man.
But it was cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Alex is that kind of character that they either loved him or they hated him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had that 80s. He had that 80s feel in him too. You know what I mean? He had that. If you watch the old 80s horror movies, you got these outgoing teenagers, 20-somethings that sex, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, and let's go back to play the, and that's a character I think, like you said, they either hate him or they love him.
See, one of my favorite scenes in the movie when I last saw it, I thought was hilarious when he goes, "What, you want to cuddle?" I know that scene. I'm like,
the best part about it is that it's coming from Vivi, so I love it.
No, but here's the whole thing. That wasn't even in the script. That was not in the script. That's why I thought it was so brilliant, because I remember that was never in the script. He just added it. And I thought it was great. I was like, oh my God, I love it.
Oh, wow. Fernando, now
Yes.
I can remember I asked you this before, but your experience from the movie, and you seem like you said, the quiet type. Your family, how did they react? Did your family see you in that movie yet?
Yeah, I took my mom and my aunt and my cousin, and they were sitting next to me. I was a little nervous, so I got a drink. I also needed to have a little drink. And for most of the movie, I try not to talk to them. I was like petrified.
Oh.
It was a little weird for me to have them see me doing that, and but it went well. They liked it a lot.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I was feeling very uncomfortable, I guess. Like they said, the sound of my voice, the let's say I didn't like the way I moved, or certain things I said. But it went well. I'm always criticizing myself, but they loved it. They encouraged it, so it was fine.
Now, when you got killed, how'd your mom take that?
Well, she was like, I wish I would have kept you alive. And
Typical mom.
And I said, well, it almost could have happened, but the original script, I was supposed to survive, but at the end of the day, they decided to kill me. So, but it's okay. It was a good killing scene. Like I was telling my friends, sometimes I watch the DVD,
right,
and I put it on pause, or like a slow motion, the time when I'm dying and all the blood coming out. It's a little surreal. It's like, oh my God, am I really dying? It's fun.
Awesome. Now, Eddy,
that was a lot of blood coming out, dude.
There was a lot of blood.
That was a lot of blood. You're a soldier.
They asked me to.
That thing becomes a sticky mess, and you were just tossing it everywhere.
They kept me. They gave me a lot of blood. I don't know how much it was, but I needed to keep it, hold it right on my throat for a long time. I don't know how I didn't swallow it. I finally, when Ed Madera, pushed me, then I let it out. But it was
a rough
a
day
lot.
for you, Fernando.
I'm sorry?
That was a rough day for you.
Yeah.
All
oh my
that
God.
blood, and then in the stables, and all the when they were breaking the windshield.
That was tough. But you know what? It's fun. Looking back at it, I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, we worked a lot of hours, but I'm very proud of the way the director and everybody else, the way they did it.
Did you get any contacts? I mean, I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but with your first full feature horror film in your resume, have you got any offers or anybody contact and say, hey, anything at all?
Well, they definitely kept our names out there, and people definitely started, getting on information, and then, yeah, definitely, like even theater.
It's networking.
I think any credits that you get, I think it always helps. I mean, when you're going out for castings and stuff, of course, any credits you have on your resume, especially a movie that made it out to DVD, that's going to help you.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
Right. Right. All right.
Well, I feel like it gave me a different status as an actor. Having a movie out nationally on DVD, you can say, hey, you can watch my work on Blockbuster.
Right.
So it definitely makes you feel like, okay, there's a different level in the positive direction. So that I'm very proud of.
Well, you guys all should be proud. I'll say it again. The film is one of my favorites. I'm a big slasher fan. I'm a big woods horror fan. So, when I've seen this, it's like, wow. I got a lot of movies set to me to be reviewed, and I've not gotten one that I haven't liked yet. But this one is like, it sticks with me because it has such a crazy, interesting storyline. It starts with the character Shane. It's just a fun film. And I just want to say congratulations to you guys for a job well done. I wish you all the best. It's going to be I can see this thing down the road 20 years from now being one of the cult icon films. I could be wrong, but you never know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a super low-budget film back in '74. Friday the 13th, same way, and they're iconic movies today, so you never know,
Yeah, you never know. It's true. That is true.
Hey, what is your favorite scene?
My favorite scene?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be blah, blah, but there's a lot of good scenes that I liked, but the one that I thought was unique was the scene where Shane gets torched.
Sweet.
And then you have Maria running and then gets blown away. And then another scene that I kind of thought it would happen is at the end, of course, is he wasn't dead. But the scene with him on fire was pretty cool. But, it's hard to pick a scene because I like the movie overall. Every scene I thought was neat, but that's one of my favorite scenes.
Nice.
Now, of course, Alex getting killed is very, very interesting because he doesn't like anybody touching his guitar, and hey, put it down. Basically, but yeah. So, anyways, I want to thank you all for coming on. I apologize for the little bit of the errors in the beginning, and hopefully it went well, but I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us and for your support.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Thank you so much again, really.
Lorena, thank you. Vivi, thank you. Eddie, thank you.
Thank you.
And Fernando, thank you for a great time.
Thank you.
And you guys keep in touch and take care of yourselves and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
All right.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye,
very
guys.
much. Have a good one.
Okay, have a good
Bye.
weekend. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Cheeton Mac, and you are listening to the fabulous Gruesome Herzog. Nobody better.